Well, boys and gals, I just got back from PA TAC, drove 10 hours home, watched the temperature change from 38 to 87 within that 10 hours. The air thickened, the pollen arose, the mosquitoes drug us the rest of the way home when we ran out of gas. But now the Total Archery Challenge is done for Scotty, that means it's time to get ready for slickhead killing season. About to head to town, get some of those golden kernels for these little nanny does, and then I'm also going to show y'all my food plot set up for this fall. Actually, I take that back. That didn't make any sense. I still have spring plots out right now, but I'm going to show you where my fall plots are going to be because it's going to be in the exact same spot because I don't like to complicate things. Whip the F1 sheet into the old feed store right there. There's Mr. Cody. He looks perky as ever. He's the only fella I know that works at a feed store that wears M1 shorts. You already got me loaded up, old son?
Yes, sir.
You're going to be famous. Appreciate it, buddy. Next stop, food for me. You know, I get it. Most people want to get a cold coffee, one of them iced coffees first thing in the morning, especially when it's hot. Like I said, it's 80 degrees and it's 10:30 right now. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I think Mountain Dew works just as good. I mean, it's cold, it's easier to drink, it tastes phenomenal, and I mean, I don't care what nobody says. I feel like it's gonna replace Gatorade one day. About to whip it right in here. Oh God, there's a I'm not on my phone. Whip it right here into the golden panties and see if they got my Hunt's Brother pizza ready that I ordered. Oh Lord, boys and gals, I had to call an audible as soon as I got in there and saw the hot bar. They had the pizza. I mean, we weren't leaving empty-handed, but if you've never had a golden panties biscuit, let me tell you something. I know a lot of people say that their gas station biscuit is the best, and there are some good ones out there, don't get me wrong, especially little mom and pops ones, but oh my God, the bacon's crispy. Oh. Yeah. Alright, y'all leave me alone. Mother of God. Well, I am an absolute utter freaking moron. I just got back to the house and realized I didn't grab batteries while I was out for my trail camera. So I'm gonna find the nearest Dollar General, grab a bunch of AA's, and stay with us, folks. We'll be right back. All right, ran down 24 AA batteries at the Dollar General, so now we can get on with our lives. I'm actually in my little, I call it my play plot because it's literally right behind my cabin where I can watch deer. And all I did was plant a generic, the cheapest soybean I could. I didn't even know if it was gonna grow. I planted some up there too. But let me go ahead and tell y'all something. Let me flip this around. If you wanna put something in the ground that the deer are just gonna absolutely demolish. I've never planted soybeans before, and I've always heard that if you do, they typically don't last no matter how many deer you have because it's gonna bring more deer in. And they didn't lie to me. So the deer are coming in and busting off the top, these leaves right here that are at the top. And look at that out there. That was all bright bushy green before I left 5 days ago. And I mean, there's just tracks every freaking where. So I don't know if this plot's gonna make it, which is fine because I put it here for them to eat. But predominantly I've always had like a 4 or 5 to 1 buck to doe ratio, bucks being the higher number, and that's something that's always been kind of good, kind of bad, because you might go 2 or 3 sits on my property without seeing a deer, but when you do see a deer, it's typically a decent buck, or at least a young buck that has some potential later on down the road. So I'm trying to get my doe numbers up just a little bit, so at least I have something to look at when I'm in the stand. And I don't know how well y'all can see here. I'll put it in there. I mean, every 6 inches, not even 6 inches, every 3 inches, there's just tracks all through here. And these aren't old tracks. We had rain 2 days ago. I mean, they just, I love it. And here's the best farm hand on the property. This is actually my biologist. This is Sassafras. Hey, Sass. You don't feel like talking? Okay. Oh, nice butt. And y'all can say what you want. I'm not a cat person, but I'll be honest with you. This ain't a cat. This is more like a dog. Yes, he rides in the truck with me when we go to fill up feeders or do anything on the farm. Sass, the camera's that way. So we're coming up to a food plot I call the honey hole, and it's really not far from my other plot we just left. In fact, all my plots are within probably 150, 200 yards of each other, which I like because typically the deer hit almost every plot. They start from the top and work their way down, or start from the down and work their way to the top. But now we're gonna go ahead and fill up this capsule feeder. If I can, I did not do this right. I gotta back up. Hold on, Sass, we throwing it in reverse. All right, that's close enough. Sass, come on, we got fill. Sass, come on, let's go. Sass, you act like you haven't done this before. Come on, dude, let's go. Come on, come on. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I like these seats. Yeah, come on. Okay, we got, thank you. Come on, let's go. Come on, drop the tailgate for me. All them golden nuggets. I gotta walk it just a little ways. Got it. So I'm calling it audible again. So my feeder is actually right over there, kind of in the middle of the plot, the domain clutch clover, which is popping up very lovely. The slickheads have been in there eating this as well. But since I got kind of a bald spot right here where the cat is, I think what I'm gonna do is, since that feeder is on skids and it's empty, I'm gonna slide it down here. For one, make it easier for me to, will you hush? Make it easier for me to get the corn to and from the feeder. And also, the deer are using this old logging road right here to come out of the woods. So it'd be a good spot for a camera as well. So work harder, not smarter. I mean, work smarter, not harder. There we go, got it that time. There we go. And I need to turn the Elon Musk device towards the sun. We're Gucci. A little bit of a hill, but I don't care. That's what I love about these feeders, is they're short. You ain't got to stand on nothing to fill them up. They just make life a whole lot easier, because, you know, I like working smarter, not harder. Trying to think if I got enough corn. 400-pound feeder, I got 12 bags. Fun fact, I can't do basic math in my head, though. I think that's gonna be about right. Oh, Mr. Screw. Oh, no, I didn't. Whew. It's getting hot in here. And just like that, no balancing on a side-by-side required. We'll see if 6 will fit. Oh yeah. That's one. Oh yeah. She full. In the South, we have a saying called drip. And no, we're not talking about the drip like clothing and swag and all that crap. We're talking about how much sweat's dripping off the end of your hat brim at the end of the day. Because right now, I think it's almost, it's bumping 90. If it ain't 90, it feels like it. Somebody explain that to me. If the weather says 42 but feels like 45, shouldn't it just be 45? Or am I just overthinking? Get in there. Bolt me down, daddy. Yep. That was a female. I need to reset my timer. Oh, not my timer, but the amount of time that this thing spits out kern. Because I think I've been a little too generous here lately. Whoop. Drop my nut. Let's give her the old testaroonie. Ooh, that's fast. Oh yeah, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Where'd you go, Sass? Getting shot at, ain't you? You know, I guess I should have thought about this before I decided where the feeder was going to end up at, because there's a lot of trees, a lot of options tree-wise, but not a lot of options with trees without poison ivy or poison oak. Well, yeah, walk through the poison ivy to get to the poison oak. Thinking I can make that one work right there. Feeder's right here. Then we'll walk out that trail right into the Fuji plot. Because really, that's about my only option. That one, no, I'm gonna get itchy. Actually, if I remember correctly, this is one of the batteries that actually does still have juice in it. Yep, hey, absolutely, phenomenal. Carry on, sir. See if we can do this without getting itchy. And might have to come back and do a little trimming on these branches right here, because that's gonna affect the flash. All right, tucked in really nicely with that poison oak. Looking pretty close. I hear you, Sass. Do you like it where it's at? Do you like it? Okay, good, as long as you're happy. All right, we're done here. Let's move on to the big plot. Cat just hit the tripod. Excuse me, flies, can I have my truck back, please? Well, this is aggravating. There was a perfectly good trail here, but looks like I'm gonna have to blaze another one. This is came through here and sprayed all this early spring, which it don't matter. It's gonna always come back pretty much. So this spot right here is actually pretty near and dear to my heart. Right inside the tree line, as you can tell, got our old horse barn over there that is now a cat barn. Something about cats on this place. And I got my two biggest food plots right up here along the edge. The reason why I say this place is near and dear to my heart is because we're on a ridge right here. Got a power line over to my right, and every buck I've ever taken off this property has been somewhere along this ridge. Actually, I had a tree stand on, I believe, this oak tree over here 3 or 4 years ago. Finally shot a coal buck. I know some people some people get real anal about that word, but he actually, to me, was a coal buck. I named Slippy just because every morning I slept in, he would get corn and run away while I wasn't in the stand. But that was actually one of the first deer I ever killed off this property. Last year, my 9-pointer, well, 10 with the kicker, was at the bottom of this ridge on the power line chasing a bunch of does. And wasn't there another deer I shot off this property? I feel like I'm missing one. Where'd I shoot the other one at? Oh, right over here off the other side of the ridge. Yeah, okay. I swore there was 3. But yeah, so this is the first time I've ever put this much effort into food plots, into bait, to try to not necessarily condense the deer, but keep them on my property, or at least bedded really close, because I'm very blessed. I don't have any neighbors close by that hunt that I know of. But by putting more time and effort into my plots, which I'm gonna go show you all that here in just a second, what I did, I think it's really gonna help me, especially in the late season. Early season is really tricky on my property, just because I'll have the bucks all the way up to about the 2nd week of September, and then it's just a free-for-all. You never know when they're gonna come back, if they're gonna come back. I had about 100, he ended up being a 142, according to the person that shot him, about 4 years ago, but he wasn't really killed anywhere near here. He was like 5 miles down the road chasing a doe. So this farm has a lot of potential for Georgia standards, in my opinion, or my standards. I shouldn't say Georgia standards, because I'm going to tell you something. Anything over 130 walks out with a bow, load them up. So this is what I wanted to show you that I'm very proud of and very excited for. Is you see right there, that's not corn. That's well, still growing right there. But if you look over here, it looks really good. That's incognito from Domain, and basically it's Egyptian wheat, if I'm not mistaken, and I think some sorghum mixed in there as well. But it creates a barrier. See, my house is right over yonder. I drive down that road over there by that tree line every day. No, it's probably not going to spook the deer too bad, but mainly for me walking to the blind across the field, wild deer are actually in this field right here. So we got some more generic soybeans here, generic soybeans over there, which they're absolutely hammering. Got some buckwheat right there, and then on the other side of this incognito, I've got buckwheat, chicory, and clover, all from Domain. And actually I gotta go over there and grab a camera, so let me show y'all what that looks like. Going back to the incognito, I mean, it's still basically a juvenile, and it's already, I mean, some parts of it are head high, if not taller than me. It's supposed to get anywhere from 8 to 12 foot tall. So having that thick barrier separating yourself, your light, and pretty much you in general from the deer while walking to and from the blind is absolutely critical, in my opinion, because I can't tell you how many times I've walked down this road going to my power line and gotten busted because deer are in this field. So I'm really excited about that this year. But if you see, there's the buckwheat right there. It's a blooming. I didn't plant anything right here in the middle. This is all just weeds. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with that, but once again, this is all spring plot stuff, and they're liking this too. See, my deer have never had this much food before in their lives, and I can already tell a difference just after a year and a half of planting. I mean, look, I mean, that is just absolutely, I'd almost eat that. So I really want a camera right here on the edge of this tree line right here where this wood pile is. And you see the brush is super thick and not really a great spot to put a camera. So what I'm actually gonna attempt to do is I've already pulled one of the boards from this pile, this old fence row, and I'm gonna lean it up against one of these bushy trees and see if I can make that work to where I can put my camera on it, because the deer are absolutely destroying these beans. They pretty much already ate them all on this side. There's a few more right here, and there's a good bit over there in that plot. So I'm trying to see, basically find out how many deer I got coming out here in the evenings. I know last night I went outside with my thermal and just scanned around my front porch, and I saw 12 just off my front door. So, and I can't see this up here because the incognito's doing this job and blocking it, which I'm not mad at that, but that's why we have cameras. Glorious. Get out of here, fly. Yeah, because I'll be able to set that camp perfect. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Got it hung up in the tree so it ain't gonna go nowhere, hopefully. Nice and tucked in. Yeah. My deer ain't really that shy though. I know a lot of people say deer freak out at cameras, and that very well may be true, especially on public land, if you're brave enough to put a camera on public land. But my deer, they'll pose. They'll be mad if it's not in portrait mode. They want you to get a good photo, especially at 2 o'clock in the morning in front of your stand. Just like that, folks. Got a spot for a camera. I'll step out here, let us snap a few photos. See how fat it makes me look. And yeah, that's dead up where I wanted right there, I do believe. Just a tick higher. Well, boys and gals, that's pretty much it for this farm right here. I mean, yeah, there's some different parts of the farm that you haven't seen that you probably not gonna see unless I hunt over there, but this is gonna be ground zero as far as food plots, deer traffic. This is where we're gonna be filming a lot. Hopefully, I'm gonna keep y'all posted on what kind of deer I got coming in. Gonna make some more videos about that as well. But yeah, now y'all kind of see what I'm working with here. This is a 120 acre farm, but I only hunt about 30 acres of it, and then it backs up to another 500 acres. Like I said, of people that don't hunt, thank God. But thank y'all for watching. We're gonna keep you updated. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and catch y'all in the next video.